we're going from that. My old Canada network's going to pour in next. We're talking NHL hockey.
Yeah, hockey hotline. Take no prisoners.
Stanley Cup playoffs. That starts Wednesday. Edmonton back for a second year in the finals. Florida back to defend the honor of winning the cup. You know, the cool thing when you cover these teams, and like I pay attention to all this stuff, is roster building. How do you make a team deep? How do you make a team great? And Edmonton had obviously 97 and 29. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. That's all they had. And everybody expected a two-man show to carry them, and that they've been really good over the course of McDavid and Draisaitl's career there, but they've never won a Stanley Cup. What they did, though, with the former general manager Ken Holland and the current general manager, went back into the marketplace, and they got more guys who are role players. And they got Evander Kane, as controversial as he is, who can play, and they got Adam Henrique from the Ducks, who can score goals. And they went out and they got checkers and bangers on the third and fourth lines. And they went out and they're really deep on defense. And obviously they got the young goaltender, Stuart Skinner, who has bad games, but he's had more good games than bad games. That's a really deep Edmonton Oilers team. And then on the other street corner, you got the Florida Panthers. Bill Zito is the general manager, does not get anywhere near enough credit for roster building. You look at that roster, and again, I know these names and I pay attention to this, and I know you like Molson's Canadians, so you'll be sitting there watching the games. But, John, pay attention to Barkov, Sam Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk, Brad Marchand, Carson Verhaeghe, Seth Jones, the big boys on defense, and Bobrovsky. That's a litany of stars that Bill Zito has brought into Florida and put them together. They play big boy hockey. They play heavy hockey. They forecheck the hell out of you. You have a tough time getting out of the zone. You have a tough time putting pressure on them because they bang. Now, the interesting thing to me is Edmonton's got unbelievable speed. So I think what's going to happen is this is going to be the Flyboys against the author of heavy hockey. You know, Florida's going to try to beat on them, but you can't hit them if you can't catch them. And Connor McDavid is the fastest guy in the NHL. He is out of his zone and through center ice and into the attack zone like that. I think it's going to be a great series. I think the sucker is going 7. This is going to be a series in which they take no prisoners. I just think it's really going to be amazing to watch. And the traffic in front of those goaltenders those poor goalies are going to be under siege. I just think it's going to be a great Stanley Cup. And these series have been good. I bet we have all-time record ratings. Even though it's Canada in the north and down there in Sunrise, Florida in the south, it's not New York, it's not LA. I'll tell you, the TV ratings, I think, are going to be monstrous.
I think this is a must-see series more so than the NBA Finals. You know, that's how this is shaping up. Now, weren't the Panthers the champs last year?
Yes,
right?
the defending champ.
And then hasn't Edmonton has been in the finals?
Oh, well, the Gretzky or the Messi.
No, I'm just thinking more recently.
They were in the finals last year and didn't hold up.
But this McDavid era, they've gone deep in the playoffs.
Yes,
a number of years. So
finals back-to-back years now.
Okay, so hopefully the Oilers get a little retribution. So what do you think about our Canada fans in Winnipeg? Do you think they're rooting for the Oilers? That's like one of their big rivals.
Yeah, but it's Canada. I think everybody in Canada is rooting for Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a great series. Hey, you're a hockey fan? Hockey Hotline is open. By the way, we're not done. Turn the